grocery shopping. Grocery shopping is one of my favorite things to do, but it's a little bit more challenging here and it takes a little bit longer. So I will show you the area that I go to. It's not far from Ezra's school, so I'm able to drop him off and then get my grocery run done while he's at school. There's a main grocery store that I go to, and then actually there are two, and then I stop at the wet market also. I also forgot to say that the biggest difference with grocery shopping here for us personally is we don't have a car. So anything that we buy, we have to transport home on our own. They do have delivery service, but we don't do that. We just take it home. So we have this handy grocery bag that has wheels, and it's pretty large. It can fit a grocery cart full of items. The problem with that is sometimes it gets heavy depending on what I buy, so it might not be super convenient because you're dragging it home in the heat and the humidity, and plus I have to walk back to get Ezra from school and then walk to the train. So yeah, we'll see how it goes today. So this is the first grocery store that I visit. It's called Marketplace by Jason's, and it's kind of just a standard grocery store, except you can find a few more Western products, or maybe like a greater selection of Western products that you wouldn't typically find at smaller stores, like tortillas and salsa and things like that. Mainly Mexican food is the reason I come here. So here's my list, and we will see how much we can knock out at this store. This is my favorite part of this store. All of these clearance items. You never know what you will find. Sometimes I find great deals, sometimes not. But it's still really fun to look. For example, I was going to get this organic Dijon mustard, which I think is $26. And on the clearance rack, I just found organic plain mustard for $10. Dairy is probably the most expensive product in Hong Kong, and this is a really good example. This is just a standard yogurt. It's not Greek yogurt. It's not anything special, and it's almost $4 US for just this one container. This tiny little container is on clearance. I don't know if you can see how big that is. It's on clearance for $1. $1 US. All of these yogurts I sometimes get for the kids to use for lunches, and it's a big container and it's around $10 US. Here is another good deal. Asparagus for about $1.25 US. The next store I like to go to, it's called Taste, and it's right across the bridge from the last place. And this is kind of just the standard grocery store. You can find them all over the city. This one is in Ma'anshan, which is about a 10-minute train ride from our school. so it's fairly close. I just got done getting most of our pantry items from the 2 grocery stores that I went to, and now I am going to walk back and pick up Ezra. It's about a 10-minute walk back to his school, and I've got my grocery cart loaded, so it's going to be heavy, but I do have my coffee, so it balances out. And when I get back to his school is in the basement of this housing estate, and the housing estate has a wet market. So I'm going to go there to get all of our produce, and it's a different kind of shopping area, the wet market is, but you do save money by going there. So for me, that's the biggest plus of going there, is that it's cheaper and the produce is the same. So I will show you some footage of that. In case you want to know what the wet market is like, I was standing here checking my list, and I just got blood splattered on me from the butcher who's standing here hacking up some beef or pork. Yummy. I just looked, it wasn't beef or pork, it was fish. So that was fish blood on my foot. I shouldn't be too hard on the wet market. I just got about 2.5 pounds of baby gold potatoes, 3 large onions, 2 cucumbers, 3 bell peppers, 2 big bags of spinach, and 3 heads of lettuce. And it was about $8 US for all of that produce. So the prices really are the cheapest I think you can find here. So some people really like the wet markets. I don't really care for them, but I just go in quickly, get what I need, and go out quickly. So I'm picking up Ezra now, and then I have one more store to go to, which is near our school, and it's probably my favorite store in Hong Kong, and you will see why. This is how much our grocery bag can hold. It's overflowing, but there's quite a bit in there. I have Ezra with me now, and we just got off the train at Shekmun, where our school is, and we're stopping at this little store called Raspberry Baking. This is where I get most of my baking ingredients, flours, coconut sugars, oils, chocolate chips, nuts. They've got a ton of stuff here. I get my cream cheese here for cheesecakes. I get my butter here because it's about the cheapest that I can find. And they also have all of these baking tools, pans and knives and spatulas and everything that you could need. This is what I ended up getting at the store. The cheese, which is usually really expensive, was buy one get one free today, so I got to stock up on that. Olive oil, the good stuff, bread flour, powdered sugar, and regular white sugar for cinnamon rolls for the faculty this week. Potatoes from the wet market to make ham and potatoes this week. I'm making chicken salad sandwiches tonight, so I got those to go with that. Eggs are also a lot more expensive here than what I'm used to. These are about $3 for a dozen. These apples were really cheap this time. I think they were $2 US. Got some honey for Ezra's teacher, his class, the parents of his class, we all chipped in and paid for this. This was about 12 US dollars. So honey's quite expensive here. I got some chicken to make chicken shawarma this week. I think that's how you pronounce it. We got some tahini last week, which we have never had before, and we all love it. So I'm making some more stuff like that. Cream cheese is very expensive here, so it's much cheaper to get it from that raspberry baking shop because I can get a full kilogram for $95, which is less than 13 US, or I can buy 4 bricks of it. They're similar to the 8-ounce bricks that you get in the US, and they would be about $5 US, $4 to $5 US. So it's much cheaper to just get the big one and freeze what you don't use. But I'm going to use all that because I'm making a cheesecake for a friend's birthday. And then I got some butter for all of my baking things. These were $25 for 200 grams. So that's around $3 US, which is pretty typical here unless you find them on sale. All in all, I think I paid for all of this around $100 US, which is pretty typical here. Usually for a week's worth, I'll spend anywhere from $100 to $150. So to piggyback our grocery store shopping, we are making dinner. What are we making?
Daddy, I have a video.
This will be for a new video.
And salad.
We're making chicken salad sandwiches. Sienna, what are you cutting?
I forgot. Wait, I am cutting celery.
Celery. Ezra, what are you cutting?
Grapes.
And I'm going to make the mayo, which is super easy, so I will show you how to do that. This is what you need for the mayo: 2 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of water, a squirt of, the recipe says Dijon mustard, but I use any mustard. And you need pepper, garlic, sea salt, lemon. All of those are just to your taste. And then the binder is 1.5 cups of light tasting extra virgin olive oil. So you put the egg yolks and the water and the vinegar in here, and you pulse it a couple times, and then you, while it's running, you drizzle the extra virgin olive oil very, very slowly, so it will incorporate without kind of breaking apart and just becoming liquidy. And then you, once it's all made into the mayo, that's when you do all the spices and the lemon juice just to your taste. Super easy. Okay, tell us what's in the chicken salad.
Grapes.
Talking in normal voice. Grapes.
Grapes and apples and celery and chicken.
And what are the nuts called? Pecans.
And pecan.
Pecans. And you mix it all up. There's no recipe, you just put however much you want of each ingredient. And then we're going to add our homemade mayo, which is not almonds. This is just the jar I use, so I never get it confused. Here is leftover. So yeah, let's actually pour it here. So you just pour however much will come out. And you start mixing, and then you add some sea salt and fresh pepper and a little bit of garlic if you want it. And then you serve it on bread or salad or lettuce.